I think it was after my grandmother passed away. I don't think I'd ever looked at buying a Timex watch prior to that day.
Boom.
All right, I'm gonna move this chair over by the robot. I'm Bryan Dillard, and I'm producer of a company called Media Monsters, which is a production and full-service studio facility in Miami, Florida.
So what does that mean? Like, what does a producer do?
Sir is the logistical guy. We're in charge of getting all the numbers together, the client relations, making sure the team's put together, the equipment's, the right equipment's in place, the locations are secured. Pretty much the overseer of the entire operation in film production. This is my way I define fun. Everyone defines it in different ways, but otherwise, if you've ever been on a film set, we tend to have a lot of fun behind the scenes. It's always a creative thing. I like being creative, so I think fun can be defined in many ways.
What's the story of your watch? What watch is this?
I've had this watch for probably a little over 6 years. I think it was after my grandmother passed away. Maybe I was thinking about things that I could do to, even though my grandfather passed away before her, my grandmother got me this chain. So kind of interesting that the only two pieces of jewelry that I have are kind of about them. But that was, I think, probably a moment that defined that, because I don't think I'd ever looked at buying a Timex watch prior to that day. My grandfather and his brother started Aramark in the 1970s. That was the only grandfather I ever knew. It wasn't actually my blood grandfather, but it was the grandfather that I knew. And he told me at a young age, and I'm not even sure why he told me at this point, but he only wore Timex watches. And he said, they tell time and they don't stop, and they make good looking watch. So this is Timex. It was part of a series called The Greats. But most people would wonder why a Timex versus something else. But, I think it's like little things like that that make you kind of maybe loyal to a brand or another. I like all types of watches. But at the same time, I wear this one, or I originally bought this one because of that. I felt like I needed to own a Timex watch. The reason I got all black was mainly for production reasons, and it was something that I didn't need to worry too much about scratching up or beating up, and I think that's important too, certain pieces that you have.
And how do you feel when you look at it?
And I feel pretty good because I know what time it is. I think that more than reading the time, because I have time on my iPhone as well. So I like the look of this watch, but I think that it just means more to me because it's like sentimental to me. I think that's really why when I look at it, deep in thought when you asked me the question, behind a few layers, it wasn't really about the watch. It was about, thinking about my grandfather. And I'm really just a normal guy with a driven attitude. I go to work every day. I'm a film producer. I love my job. I love creating. And it's been a blessing to come this long on my journey, and I look forward to the future. And only time will tell where I'll go from here.
Easy peasy. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, bro.